Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Gilganos playing Dawntrail. Let's get right into it. Last time we have been given a tour of Tuliolal, the new big city, and it is freaking gorgeous. It is amazing. All the plants look amazing. The verticality in the city is unbelievably great. This is by far my favorite city in the whole game so far. It's incredible. They have so much outdone themselves. And yeah, we learned about how the contest is gonna go. We need to retrace the steps that Galul Jaja took on his own voyage, on his own travels to unite all of Tural. And then I think there's like 7 or 8. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 7. We have 7 tablets that match those 7 pillars here, and then there's one pillar that is empty, so I'm gonna assume we're gonna get a secret 8th tablet at some point. And we need to visit the areas and talk to people, and then kind of like they're gonna test us, I think, and once they tested us, they're gonna give us a gem or something that we can enter in the tablet, and then these tablets will be the key to opening, or, you know, just the key to the Golden City. And the goal is to find the Golden City, so here we go. I won't give up until we find the Golden City, for Vuklamat as well as myself. That's the spirit, Kryl. I wasn't expecting events to progress that quickly, but I won't complain. The contest is the main reason we're here after all. Yeah, you know, we're still gonna have, you know, like, chances to relax on the beaches once contest is over, I guess. The preparation of intricately carved tablets for every claimant must have taken considerable effort and forethought. We should consider them weighty reminders that this contest is no light-hearted matter. Oh, you know, they had like 80 years or more, right, to come up with how this is gonna work and work out the intricacies of it. At a glance, they seem much the same. Alfino for sure knows what's going on with the tablets, right? If there is a difference. That makes everyone. Vuklamat, the tablets, if you would. Yeah, just give them to Alfino. He's gonna big brain this. I don't need to think about anything in this game because we have Alfino. Yes! Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to the respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Oh god. It's a find that difference. Spot the difference. If there is any. So are they... I'm not even sure what exactly to do with them, because he didn't tell us where exactly to go, right? But I would just assume, you know, Vuklamat probably knows where all of these events happen, so let's just go there. It would be my idea. But I guess Alfino has the bigger brain than I do. I mean, I guess it makes sense to, you know, like, match them here while we're here already, right? Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. Did you analyze it with magic? Speaking of analyzing it with magic, I was wondering if, you know, like, Thancred, Y'shtola, and Urianger would be helping Kona. Because Kona was all alone, right? He didn't seem like he had any allies in the contest. Which, I mean, he might just be like, oh, I don't need any allies, right? But obviously, he doesn't seem to be, you know, like the strongest of the bunch, so I would assume that, you know, like, just physically, of course. Actually, he looked like the weakest physically. Of course, I mean, he's a machinist, so he doesn't need to be strong, but still, you know, like, right? Just having no allies would just be stupid, I would say. So, I mean, Urianger did get a letter, right? So, I'm kind of thinking maybe Kona actually, you know, like, got to know either of the Archons during his studies and asked them for help instead of us. So, I mean, the developers did say that the science would be divided, right, at some point in this game, which is probably the contest. So it would make sense for me to have Thancred, Urianger, and maybe even Y'shtola aiding Kona, because, funnily enough, those two are the only ones that have been presented to us as respectable possible leaders, right? The other two are like, just like garbage. We don't want them to win, obviously, because that's what the game tells us to. So it would make sense to have both, to have a following of science for both of them. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? Well, just visit the places, I guess. Dawn servant said we were to retrace the path you walked in uniting Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. I think it's gonna be 8, not 7, but yeah. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliual saga. Exactly. Show us, tell us where to go. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. What is there to think about? Oh, she's thinking about what locations are close. Makes sense. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanuhanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Ah, makes sense that they give us the option of 2. I fancy the festivals more than Pelu Pelu village, I would say. Yeah, because they always do that at the beginning of expansion to spread out the people, right? At least they have been doing that since Heavensward, which is all the expansions, yeah. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. And then usually once we did both paths and come back here, there is gonna be some solo duty, usually, right? Which is probably gonna be fighting Galu Jaja, which I'm hoping we're gonna do at some point. Ah. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about the storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged Yogg-Tural several days ago. Since the roads are not as well paved as the Eorzea's, they're most susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it is information we need, let's go to a bar! Just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Okay, I need to disable the I need to disable the gestures on my camera, I guess. I guess I just made a gesture that made it go into sleep. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Oh! Every time. It's not as good as Lahi, because we can't Lahi, obviously. But it goes hard every time you come out of a cutscene. There's the drum intro. I love it. Oh, such lovely little cottages, and they're on the water. Yeah, I'd really like one of those. Oh, I guess we are gonna get one of those actually now. Uklamat said she would bring the information to us. I wonder what she meant by that. She's gonna get tacos! Hopefully. I still want those tacos. What a comfort to have a lodging sorted in advance. Yeah, right? That's right, the reservation is under Wuklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Oh, look at those gold ornaments. Gorgeous. Certainly, sir. I go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Spalyav Tie. Wow, okay. I would like someone pronounce that for me. Tell me in the comments. That's gonna help. Greetings, visitors to Tuliual, and welcome to the 4-hour cabins. Whenever you are ready, I will show you to your rooms. Dang, I should have played like 10 minutes longer. That would have been a perfect moment to stop, I guess, right? Last time. Yeah, but it was already more than 2 hours, so I don't know if the final video is gonna be 2 hours or not, but it's gonna be long, I guess. And there goes the... I can't play drums, don't worry, I'm waiting for the person that, you know, like, just interprets my... I'm waiting for the person who makes a video of me swinging my arms and how it would actually sound when you do that. Oh my freaking hell. When you do that on a real drum set. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, really? You cannot... No animation for... Come on. Lying on the... Are you kidding me? Mattress. Okay, but you can slash those on it. Yay. I love this so much. This is fantastic. Now I actually want to go, you know, somewhere like this. I don't usually go on summer vacation, but this is... Woo! Alright, that was totally worth it, oh my god. Oh, I already love this. Gets you pumped every single time. We're obviously the only ones doing MSQ right now. Obviously, I mean, who else would be doing that? Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Yomi. Well, actually, I just relaxed for quite some time. I actually took a nap before, you know, like, recording this session, so it's been quite a while. But where are Ernville and Vuklamat, I wonder? Well, there they are, including the information. Hey, it's the two people we met at the... Wait, no. It's the two people who talked to... No, they were talking to Vuklamat when she exited the temple. Right. Oh good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Wachumeki. No. Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages and we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative at least. What do you mean at least? I am honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Link pearls. You put it in your ear and then you just talk into it. I guess that's how it works. You know how a phone works? It's kind of like that. What's this? It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Yeah, please. I mean... Okay. Please, ask anything. I'll gladly tell you what I know. Why are you so colorful? It looks great. What a stroke of luck to forge this connection to the palace. May it be the beginning of a profitable partnership. Who should we speak to first, do you think? I already spoke to both of them. Is there a reason the Pelu all wear those masks? Well, probably. Fashion, of course. What else? Come on. Even up close, the Hanu are remarkably similar to the Vanu. Really? Who'd have guessed? Aside from those brilliant feathers, of course. No, I'm not gonna wear a knapsack, come on. I don't have that much luggage with me. Vuklamat may not be as experienced or accomplished as her brothers, but she has an affinity for the people. For her, finding those willing to cooperate is as simple as asking. Well, that's a good thing. It's interesting how unpopular she was, though, then when she left it. And, I mean, people didn't even know she was in the contest, right? So that's a little weird. The Tuliual saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanuhanu and the Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okhanu, is located on Kozama'uka. The other smaller fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkpacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods at Wachunpelo, their village. Wachumeki. Now as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put the adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Yumi? Pick our destination. Upon completing this quest, the main scenario will branch into two quest paths. Interesting. So you can't accept both at the same time. Huh, interesting. The quest to Orkopacha will become available once you have completed this quest series beginning with the helpful Hanu. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. Because so far you've... I think also in it... Wait, where did we go in Endwalker? Oh yeah, Sharlayan or Gotsatan, right? I'm not sure if we could actually accept both of them there, but I'm pretty sure in Shadowbringers you could accept both of the quests, right? Might be wrong. Kozama'uka. Helpful Hanu. Yeah, I want some more of this beautiful landscape and fauna. Oh my god. Before we go to the less faunas. Is that a word? The less graced with foliage mountainous region of Orkopacha, I think was the name, right? Helpful Hanu is... I almost went Vanu there. Helpful Hanu is waiting to answer your questions. So what is it you'd like to know? The route to Okhanu. We go south through the Arc of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kozama'uka River, is that right? It is. Be warned, however. My brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Oh, are we gonna take the river? Oh, that's gonna be the dungeon, right? Although I don't think we're gonna have that right now. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people injured, if not killed. Oh. Wow. Okay. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. No, not the festival! If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. Be sure to watch our footing. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kozama'uka, we should head over to the Ark. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, Master Merchant. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Shpalyaftie. That's just what I'm gonna call it for now. It's all been arranged. Probably Shpalyaf, not Yaf. Shpalyaf Tule. Tie. Shpalyaf Tie. Whatever. Absolutely nobody around us. Yeah, nobody is playing this game right now, right? Actually, I was kind of surprised that I didn't have any queue when logging back in the evening now. I mean, there was a queue of 14 people, but that's like nothing, right? So I guess they really upped their server capacities. It's actually kind of shocking. Or I'm just lucky because I'm actually on a very low I am actually on a low population server, which is by design, of course. So maybe we're just lucky. At some point I need to go to Reddit and see what everybody's... Oh yay! Tell me in the comments, how was your login day? Your first login day to Dawntrail? How are your queues? Were they also as kind to you as to me? Are we all ready to leave? Yeah. Oh dang, I didn't talk to the others. Then onward to Kozama'uka. I don't think I get the chance to... open the way! So if we didn't have Wuklamat with us, we wouldn't be allowed to go through? Oh, interesting.
Kozama'uka, the land of rainbow terraces.
Well, it's a little foggy, unfortunately. Guess it's rainy season.
Of all who visit without fail, the many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below.
Beautiful.
To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail.
Oh yeah, it's the wetlands, right?
A road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Wonder if you're gonna get to know his comrades. Oh wait, it's 7 people, right? The Dawn Servant and his 7 comrades. 7 electors. It's probably his comrades who are gonna tell us tales from his travels, right? I'm being reminded of Freerun again.
Falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
Because we're tracing the same road as those or that other party before us, right?
The Isle of Han was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told
Wouldn't that
you
be a
I've been
bugger?
here before. Come on.
The road seems to be
Hanuhanu is
pretty
much farther.
good in shape though. What a crescendo. Lighting is so weird. It's even now when she's not in the light, she has this weird V below her nose. It looks weird. Gotta be an error, right? Hey, new grass. I love how the grass is now. That's not really reacting correctly, but at least somehow moves, right, when we run through it. Also, it looks pretty good. I need to go to Ilmeg now that I think about it. I need to see how Ilmeg looks now. And if it's gonna kill my PC. I'd love to stand at the bottom of those huge waterfalls and bask in the majesty of it all. Pity they're so far away. Are they? Well, I cannot see them from here right now, so too bad. Why is it gonna be foggy? Why is my first day until you all foggy everywhere? Wetlands is an apt name. Much of the ground here is positively saturated. There is no stopping the third promise, is there? A good thing she has Erinville to keep her from getting lost. Interesting that she's also calling out a third promise now. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Right, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. I find it interesting how long they are waiting. That's actually a pretty good amount for here. How long they are waiting to introduce the other science to the party. But I kind of like it so far. Assuming we have the right idea, one of the Dawn Servants' electors should be here somewhere. But this is Hanuhanu village. One can tell at a glance how very different the culture is to the Vanus. Yeah, they are not, you know, like really small islands that float in the sky. Oh, ow! Stupid, distracting waterfalls. What? Of course. The water from the falls must flood the wetlands and flow into all these streams and rivers. Obviously. Ah, everyone has arrived, and none the worse for wear. Except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warnings. I asked you not to say anything! Anyways, this is the Hanuhanu village I was telling you about. Okhanu. Oh, now we can. Okay, teleport outside here. I see. A Festive People. Huklamat wishes to seek out the Dawn Servant's elector. If there is gonna be one here, right? It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they are still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed. Well, let's do what we came to do and find this elector. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. How'd it go? I don't know how the dance went. Oh, Kylie! Oh, Kali! Oh, what now? It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it the last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Sanuhali, welcome you to Okhanu. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the Rite of Succession. The idea about the electors was correct. We just do as Papa said and retrace his path from the saga. Wow, really? That was like... Oh, we were right! We just have to do what he told us! Wait a second. Really? I'm ready. Give me the feet and test my worth. Eat 1 billion very spicy fishes. Oh, that would be nice. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. Okay. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Oh, that's interesting. we poke around a bit then? We might pick up some clues about the feat. You know, prepare ourselves, or we could just go to the other village, I guess. Maybe see if they are ready, right? That's surprisingly prudent of you. What, you think I'm being too cautious? No, I'm impressed is all. You admire and respect your father, who is prone to decisive action, so I expected you to rush in first and ask questions later. Whatever. Not everybody says you, Alice, eh? I do look up to Papa, but you should know that he has a pragmatic side too. The head of reason is the thinker who takes time to consider all the possibilities and sleeps a lot. With the long naps he takes these days, though, the head of resolve is less restrained by his wisdom. Oh. I can't fault you for thinking that's all there is to him, but there's more to the Dawn Servant you've seen than you've seen thus far. I should like to speak with the head of reason one day. Ah well, I'm sure you'll catch him awake soon enough. Once with a downcast mood suddenly. To return to the subject at hand, you wish to take a look around Okhanu then? Do some groundwork before the feat begins? Something like that. I mean, I could probably pass this test with my eyes closed, but I'll keep us busy while we're waiting. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, but okay. Why would you need us then, right? Wuklamat has the right of it. As Elder Hanuhanu is a resident of this village, learning more about it can only improve our chances in the feat. I'd suggest a division of forces. For instance, Erenville, Alizé, and Kryl could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Wuklamat, Yomi, and myself will handle this northern half. Sure, a bit of pragmatic strategist. Sounds good to me. Vantage point. Surveying. I can see Wuklamat over there. Oh. There's a destroyed building over there. Only this one. Everything else is in perfect shape, though. The gaping hole in the wall and missing portion of the roof are clearly the work of the storm's powerful winds. Repairs appear to be ongoing. Love how the horns and the scales look nowadays. This is even worse than I expected. Oh, really? They said people died. That's the worst than you expected? Interesting. You heard about the storm? I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and help the Dawn Servants sent, we make progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there is so much else that was lost for good. Like all the food for the festival. Probably what I wanted to say, right? Not the dead people, you know, like... No. It's the food. Attune! I'm not gonna forget to attune, come on. Oh yeah, also I just realized... Where is it? Wait, what? That's my ether wind compass. I guess I threw it away. Wait, no, there's like a... Isn't there like a collection thing? Ah, there it is. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Where could I put it? Oop. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wooden reeds. Must be something I can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. Yep, sure. Also, I'm pretty sure that the feat already began. I mean, come on, they can't not be ready when the Dawn Servant calls us to action. I bet this is actually, you know, like part of the feat as to how you interact with them and what you do while you're just waiting. Bundled reeds. The dry and shrunken bundles suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago and were not hit by the storm, I guess, because they are still dry. Wow, I forgot how slow. Mounts are when you don't have any mount movement speed increase. Ah, that's probably a part of the festival. Ah, it looks like a bird. Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. Yeah, exactly. The beak and feathered tail in particular stand out. Oops. I can almost see it. Both must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered in bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance to the Hanu. Then... Hello, can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Oh, okay, never mind then. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We ought to hurry over too. Teleportation! Oh no, we're walking there, never mind. Hey, Kona.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
They're probably at the other village. Or somewhere else.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Sure, please do so.
Not so fast.
Yeah, God.
Surely you couldn't begin without us.
Bakul Jaja. It's Dakul Jaja. Not Galul Jaja. Dakul Jaja.
After all.
Well, I mean, you could have gone to the other village first, right? So, I mean... He's huge. Oh my god.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed.
Why do we hear that?
Inokanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga.
Why do you have the bagpipes of the Sea of Clouds in the background? I guess they really wanted to hammer home that they are like the Vanu Vanu.
I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Sure. What do we need to do?
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
Craft some baskets. I could do that. I have all my crafters on 90.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or wood
Every
material.
part.
But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament.
Smile!
Surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
I mean, I have some gardening skills, in-game at least. I can probably do something about it.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
The ornaments, the metal ornaments stand out so much. It's brilliant. It's so good. Game looks so gorgeous now. It's unbelievable. Oh my god. Oof.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Mercy me.
This does not spark
You
joy.
are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja.
Gotcha, Bings.
Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting.
I still don't exactly understand. I kind of feel like he might actually not be that bad of a guy in the end. Because they're making such an obvious display of him being a total brute. But we have no idea about his intentions or motivations, right? Absolutely none. I mean, he might just not have any, of course. He might just be like, I just want to be king and make all the Mamulja, the leading party, the leading race and stuff, right? But there might be more to him as well. And he is very prominently featured in every... That's what I'm kind of surprised by, because, you know, when initially Wuklamot said that one of the four could not be allowed to lead, I was expecting to be him, because he was most prominently featured one, even more than Quano, right? So he's obviously like, you know, like our main opponent, our main contestant, right? But he's not even the one that is the bad guy, as it seems. The bad guy seems to be the first promise, right? Who knows? Maybe they're gonna pull some twists with him. But he's not gonna be a good guy in the end. I don't think that. But, you know, like, we might find some common ground or something at some point. I don't know. I think he's an intriguing character. Or maybe it's just gonna be a Xenos and be one-dimensional as Freak, which I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. We don't need another Xenos, I would say. No, please. Please, no. I would like another Emetzelk, though. Oh, yes.
The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
So, wait, what? There's nothing else? Just do something about the alien crops?
The
Interesting.
clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
See, he's not stupid. I mean, he seems to not be having any allies with him, but he's just like, hey, I just do what the others do. That's, I mean, not very innovative, but I mean, it's not stupid, right?
What of Little Miss Mittens? You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Yeah, I mean, you should be very gracious of them underestimating us, so. You know, because everybody loves an underdog story. And I'd rather have him go after Kona than after us.
Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you.
I wonder how this exactly works. Well, like, it seems like only one head is controlling the body at a time, right? Because also with the Galul Jaja, he was able to freely move all of his body parts, even though the second head was sleeping, right? So I guess they can just switch. I wonder if we're gonna find out how that works. If they can like switch control of their bodies, because obviously the wise head must also be able to control the body to use magics and stuff, right? So I wonder how that exactly works.
These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Isn't it like? Wouldn't that be interesting? You know, you could just be like, that would be so cool. Imagine you never had to sleep. Well, of course you had to sleep, but if only one head of your two heads could just sleep and the other one still does whatever, that would be so cool. You would just have so much more time. And even if you're like working, you can just do one head does half of the work, and then he goes to sleep, and then the other one takes over. Well, if it's a work that both heads can do, I guess. Or you just do two different jobs, right? One that is like 50% for the one guy and the one... That would be so cool if it works like that. So many advantages. Hey, big guy. Don't worry, we're gonna clap those cheeks at some point.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are.
Why? What did he
show
do?
them.
I mean, as far as I've seen so far, sorry, Buklamot, but the only qualification you have is being adopted by the current Dawn Servant. You said yourself that you haven't achieved anything so far, which is kind of interesting, I have to say. Except, of course, getting to people. I'm not saying she shouldn't be in the running. It's just like, that's just a fact. Why are you feeling so negative about this? I mean, this is the thing where you can prove you are as good as they are, as qualified as they are, right? This is gonna be your first big feat. So what's wrong with that? Of course, I don't know how old they are or how important all of that is, but I mean, her father seems to love her the same as the others at least, right? So
Easy
why
now.
care about it?
There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
What does the time limit have to do with that?
Right. You're right.
That was kind of this.
I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
It was kind of a diss because Cry was kind of implying that Wuklamat would take longer to figure out something to do than the others, which is probably true, especially concerning Kona, right? But she has us, and she has Alfino, and Kryl. And me, I'm a gardener, level 90, so let's do something about those crops, shall we? No. Not that I intend to gratify him with a response, but Bakul judge as provocation are hard to ignore. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Did the Hanuhanu also eat the reeds? Yet another way in which they differ from the Vanu. Oh, interesting. I understand not wanting to fall behind, but rushing ahead risks playing into our opponent's hands. Let's not do anything reckless and think matters through. This kind of feat is tailor-made for a rational, educated scholar like Kona. Or Alfino. And Erenville, actually. Erenville should have a vast knowledge about any kind of crops, no? As a gleaner. That worked for, you know, like... That worked for... Heck, what's it called? Labyrinthos, oh my god. The Feat of Reeds. Wuklamat is eager to help solve the Hanuhanu's woes. I don't know the first thing about farming. I do. Well, at least Yomi should. But if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I wonder if they're gonna acknowledge that you're, if you have gardening to level 90. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. We can make him eat something else, I guess. Understanding the nature of the problem... Dang. Aaron, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course, follow me. Understanding the root of the problem will help us tremendously in figuring out the solution, is probably what Alfino said. See, I'm literally riding on Reed, right? More or less. Yeah, looks dead. Jim, they're dead. Let's go somewhere else. And there I thought these feats would have us battling dire fiends or similar. Agriculture is far the thornier problem. Don't worry, Alisaie, we're gonna be fighting. Hural Vidral. And other things soon enough. I see. They irrigate the fields by diverting water from the neighboring river. It's unlikely the reeds ever dry out. Oh, so they did dry out because of the storm? No, they are still in water, right? Fields of gold, interesting. Yeah, still in water. So what's the problem? Looks fine to me. I know she wants to do her best, but she could be careful not to make promises she cannot keep. Look at these fields. This could be a painting. Oh, then paint it. Actually true. Kinda gorgeous. I wasn't speaking of Erenville's backside there. Beautiful. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Okay. Go ahead. I wonder. Give me strength. Let's all of us scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. So with my level 90 gardening skills, I can tell you I have no idea what's wrong with those crops. They look fine to me. Wilted reeds. Oh, are they wilted? Really? I mean, isn't that how... Well, probably not. I guess usually reed has like brown things on top, but that's just when they bloom, right? So I have no idea. My experience with reed comes down to, you know, interacting with it in survival crafting games, especially Medieval Dynasty, so I don't have a lot to say. As Hanuhanu described, the reeds appear wilted and unhealthy. Well, let's go to the gardening guild in Gridania. Just teleport over real quick. Ask them. The water contains no obvious contaminants and looks fresh and clear at the cursory glance. That was a storm, right? A big storm. So maybe the storm brought in salt water from the sea? Because, you know, like, that would have been a really strong wind. I mean, that would have literally picked it. Nah, it would have been a tsunami, right? To bring salt water so far in. Don't think so. But maybe we should look at the source of the water, right? Depending on how long it's been since it started wilting, I guess. The soil in the paddies is as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist, no dry nor flaky. I mean, I would assume the problem lies within the water. Lethargic frog, which is this frog is probably gonna tell us, right? Because he's gonna be like, yeah, there's gonna be something in the water that also affects the wildlife, I guess. A small frog catches your eye. Strangely what? Lackadaisical. Never heard that word. It doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. Yeah, there's for sure something in the water. Oops, maybe I shouldn't touch the water then, right? Oh, a water strider. A bit sluggish though. More of a water shambler. Oh, that's a bird, right? Yeah, exactly. Not amiss with the paddies themselves, as far as I can tell. Any luck? Yeah, kinda. I need a target for Huton now. Wow. I mean, I know they changed how it works, and it's just an AoE sweet one, basically, right? Seen enough? I call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Yep. Oh wow, my GPU is ablaze. Well, what do we think? Any of his problems? Yeah, water. The animals are afflicted as well, that are usually inside of the water. I agree, the waters look to be of good quality. That's absolutely not what I said. As does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. Frogs and insects are unusually torpid. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. With something invisible to the naked eye, we're polluting the water. Akasha! Dynamis! We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I have an alchemist on level 90 as well. I am a level 90 alchemist. I don't have much to add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villages. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for the flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival! Of course. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. The last time I visited the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see the Hanuhanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them put on their festival, give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows? Maybe fixing one problem could lead us to the solution for the other. Well, that's certainly... I kind of like the idea. I'm pretty sure that's not the problem with the reeds. I'm pretty sure Kona is going to fix the problem with the reeds. But I do very much like that as an approach for her, because she's probably never going to outdo Kona on any riddle, enigma, whatever that needs, like scholarly knowledge, right? So we know that she's all for the people. She's got a heart for the people. She's, like she really loves her peoples, right? So I think that's the right approach actually for her. It's not gonna be, like, she's not probably gonna be solving the problem with the reeds, but she's laying a foundation on which the Hanuhanu could probably, like, overcome this problem themselves, first of all. And it's also, like, good leadership to not just only think about the solution to a problem, which is something I usually would be doing, but also think about the people who are afflicted by the problem, which is something I've not been doing too much as well in the past. It's like me going, like when someone's sad and talks about the problems, I just try to offer them solutions to the problem, but actually they don't really want to hear the solutions right now. They just want to be comforted, right? So I kind of like this as an approach for her. It's what she's good at, I would say. Stranger things have happened. Right? Her enthusiasm is... Yeah. I fail to see the relation between festivals and fields. I just told you, Ironville. It's about not just trying to counter the problem, but also tend to the people who are afflicted by the problem. Let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. Of course, it might also be something with Akasha that actually, like, the mood of the Vanu is being transponded, whatever, transcient, I don't know the right word right now, for all of the reeds, and because they are sad, the reeds are also wilting. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. I mean, actually, it might not even be. It's actually interesting that nobody talks about it, right? Like about the power of Akasha, of the power of emotions and dynamism. Even though we just had a whole expansion about that. And since we can't see anything obvious, and also nothing seems to be wrong with the ether, although we probably wouldn't need Yashtala for that, to be sure with that. Yashtala, please, come here, kitty. To be certain about that. Why is nobody be like, yeah, it might be something like that, why not? Although it's a real shot into the blue, right? But as I said, I think just helping the people get over this crisis is already worthy of a ruler, I would say. Besides, this is Wuklamat's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Exactly. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. Yes, I've seen it. It was in the center of the village, actually. It looked gorgeous. In that big building to the north, let's go and see it. Oh, we should still help the people. We're not here for your entertainment, okay? But I mean, okay, whatever. He's be like, how is this ever gonna work out? There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Well, why debating? We're just following her lead. Look at the size of that thing. I hope they don't expect me to help carry it. You were just doing magic, right? The handles gave me pause before, but now I understand their purpose. Yeah, carrying it. I've never been here during festival season, so this is all new to me too. What a charming float! I wonder what bird was the inspiration for its design. Good question. Colibri, probably. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does he not appear somewhat damaged to you? You should take a closer look. Ah, okay. Good old quest mechanics, right? Yeah. There's a lamp, a balloon, a lampion, a balloon missing. I'm not called lampion. So I think this is broke, the one handle. It is snapped, I see. Oh, that's definitely broken. How will they lift this great big vessel without all the carrying poles intact? Find 3 errors, right? Oh, they are just, okay, bedraggled. These tail feathers have seen better days. I swore the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Yes, the rest is looking rather fine. Oh. How would I know that there's an eye missing? I didn't look at the other side. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes seem to be missing a gemstone. We need a gemstone, we need to repair the hole, and we need to get some new bird feathers. Well, I think we can all agree the bird boat is in dire need of repairs. Now, how do we go about fixing it? What is going on here? We were admiring your festival float. It is a shame it is in such poor state. Poor state. Due to the recent storm, I gather. Yes, we had to leave it exposed while we were ushered our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings. No Ihihana. Ihihana, that's what the festival was called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We are struggling to make repairs, and you want us to hold a harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving into misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need Abokisha for the missing eye, Uyuipo, wood for the poles. Oh, that's gonna be great. And feathers from the wind's chosen to adorn the tail. We can gather that, no problem, no issues. 2 of these I know. Abokisha is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and Uyuipo, wood, is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however, I'm gonna get them. The wind's chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest using with wind magics. And that's something of a problem right now. I am a level 90 white mage. I can do wind magics, and probably Alizé as well, right? Verb, arrow. We Hanuhanu are gifted in employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of the energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated. But if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon a solution. Big brain Alfino! I love you! The Wind's Chosen would by necessity have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. See, she was onto something. That's like through the harvest festival, they actually make the harvest bloom. Harvest worthy. Interesting. I wager the float is actually a secret weapon for smiting the Hanu's foes. Float might also function as an arcane device. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. That's not at all what she would have thought, but hey, whatever. That's what she has asked for, right? A focus for what? Oh! Ihihana is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops. So if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. She's doing the reeds there. We won't know until we try, but there's a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual, ceremonies, these have all been known to elicit miraculous effect. Behold, the primal of reeds! Wait. The float? A tool for magic? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. You probably didn't even know. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it. But when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued the work with ardent hopes for a bright future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined the festival float into a focus for harvest praise. What are we even here for? You just need Alfino. Come on, he's gonna carry us all on his own back. Incredible. And now you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Ihihana really does sound like the solution to all your woes. Somehow. Then I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. Then allow Alice and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Okhanu to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen by sharing with them our own reserves of mana. Interesting, why are they talking about mana? Mana has never been a thing in this game, right? It's always been ether, not mana. Or MP. But hey, you know, like South America probably calls it differently, I don't know. I go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. You know, like ether potions. Makes sense. The three of us will visit the shipwright then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Hanuhanu. Nice to meet you, Hanuhanu, and certainly, let's all go together. We are making progress now. The solution to Okhanu's woes is as good as found. To find myself working alongside Third Promise herself is unexpected, to say the least. But at least I know who she is, right? It's like nobody knew that she was. Well, no, he. That's not the elector, right? So it's like nobody knew that she was participating in a contest at all. But hey, at least I know who she is, I guess. Thanks to Wuklamat, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there is something to be said for following one's instincts. I mean, okay, and then other people might call it luck. But hey, luck is also a feat to be having, I guess. I wonder what manner of shipwright repairs reed-woven boats. A well-mannered shipwright. Hanuhanu wishes to take you to the shipwright. Shipwright's name is Wuk Evu. He's a Shpral who only moved to Kozama'uka a few years ago, but has since mastered the customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Hanuhanu greeting. I forgot how it goes, but well, whatever. We wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. Proper Hanuhanu greet? Oh, that one! Don't worry, I remember how it goes. Hello! I don't know the words. And we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Okbek Bay, to the east of here. I forgot how stupidly slow. How stupidly slow mounts are. on the ground without any... Oh, it seems they have a place here where visitors can stay. Looks cozy. Oh, this one. Why would they have that at the shipwright, though? Well, maybe for people to, you know, like, go have a nap. Look over there! Do you see that big winding staircase? Oh, that one? Oh, wow. Cool. Are they constructing balloons there, or what is that? This is Okbekbe, the village of all. Those who drift into Kozama'uka from Tuliolal and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. As for Vuk-Evu, he lives and works in the House of Waters High, at the top of the large Tinibai. Follow me, but I should warn you, the climb up the stairs can be challenging. Oh, poor Kryle. We are hoping to enlist the man's aid, so it pays not to be rude in any case. I should mention that Vuk-Evu isn't only a stickler for etiquette, he is also... Well, you'll find out soon enough. Oho Kali. Oho Kali. Kalima! Kalima! That's something different. That was an Indiana Jones reference, yeah. Oha Kali.
What do you want with me?
Voiced. Nice.
Right. The greeting. Oh, Kali.
That's pretty good. Looks ridiculous though. Love it.
Oh, Kali.
She did good. Now what? Will it just remain like that forever? They're just stun-locked.
Good. You brought your manners with you.
When in Ukanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
You know, I'm so happy how much like a summer vacation this actually feels, even though we have to do stuff, right? But with the festival and everything, it's so much... I've never believed that it would be like, you know, like, yeah, they're calling it summer vacation. Come on, we know it's not gonna be the same as an actual summer vacation. But it really feels, it's so gorgeous. It looks so brilliant everywhere. It just actually feels like going on a summer vacation. But I still, a part of me is like, oh, I'm enjoying this so much. It's really like a vacation, but I know that there's this looming dread coming of the City of Gold and going to Shok-Tural in the north. And I can't wait for it. Sorry. I was just fangirling a bit there. So far, nothing really happened, but I enjoyed it so much. I don't even know why. In Endwalker, I was always so like pressed for, oh come on, please get on with the story, because it was such a tense moment in this whole arc, right? And you know, we can just freely enjoy ourselves. It's like, I don't know, I feel totally different playing this than I felt when playing Endwalker, which makes sense, I guess, right? Oh, I'm having so much fun.
Get the sense we've met before.
Vuk-Evu, Vuk-Lamat.
You're Vuk-Lamat?
Yes.
Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Vuk-Evu.
I wonder what the Vuk comes from.
And I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette.
I wonder if he was one of the companions of Galul Jaja. He seems old enough, right?
Please take up your axe and claim my impudent head.
I will not.
Okay.
Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
All right then, consider it forgotten.
I love how dynamic this dialogue is. I actually love how they, you know, like, as you can see, obviously I have to press every time I want the dialogue to continue, right? But still, that they sometimes now take that away from you just to make the dialogue more dynamic is, I think, so good. I don't think we've ever had, like, where it went back and forth like this in, like, a perfectly timed and tempered manner, you know, like perfectly how it would be in a real oh god, I can't speak today, what's going on, how it would be in a real conversation, you know, instead of just having to wait for us to press the button and then having unusual strange pauses every now and then, right? Like here.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
Hey, I think I was pretty good in pronouncing those.
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm.
That's a good use for that.
To restock.
10 days.
Can't wait that long.
Let me just go, you know, like, I have a pickaxe, I have a scythe. Yeah, exactly. I can do that. Oh, you, what? I guess.
Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit.
Why is he so quick on changing his mood? Well, I guess an order's an order.
Friend there.
Speechless.
I am the leader this season and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. See, he knows.
Have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was based on education. It wasn't a total shot into the blue. Of course, I knew.
Well, maybe a little.
I just wanted to have
I'm
fun.
to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
Okay. Not.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
Okay. Lead the way.
That should save us some time.
Just realized my garment
Alright,
has
then.
this weird
Let's get moving.
necktie. I'm not even sure what to call that. Oh, he did send someone after us after all. He's not as stupid as he thought he would be. A cool Jaja. Of course, he would be. Interesting. So he doesn't deem her that well. He did say he was concerned about her allies, right?
One of your rivals is making progress.
Illusionist.
Ihihana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out.
How.
The third
What's with that mouth
promise is
movement?
making herself useful after all.
I mean, I don't think there's any rule that, you know, like, prevents you from spying on your contestants, right? So, while I don't think it's a, you know, like a sign of good leadership if you just steal the ideas of your contestants. It's a smart thing to do if you didn't know better yourself, right? Kind of funny because the reflections on the water is actually directly from where my ring light is. So it looks like my ring light would be the sun of the sun in the game. If Kikitola is southwest of Okhanu, we can return to the village first, then head there on foot. Alright, see you there. I just teleport over there. If there is no ether currents around. Hey, Kryl. Poof. Peekaboo. Southwest of here, was it? Let us be on our way. Cave Kikitola as promised. Home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot raw Abokisha by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. Okay, green glimmer. I shall help scour the inside of the cave then. You take the west half and I'll take the east. Okay. It's not really a cave though, is it? I mean, kinda has an open ceiling. Oh wait, that's east. I wanted to go to east because I thought, you know, like west is left, but ahaha, of course, we were heading south, so nope. Look at all the glowflies. Beautiful. This probably looks a lot more charming in sunlight. On closer inspection, you find that the glimmer you spied was just light reflecting the water. There's no light here, though. Hello. There's the ether current. Huh. You find a chunk of stone glowing a distinct shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of mineral Hanuhanu was looking for. Huh. It was actually the second one, not the third one. Nice. Lika lika. The north? Problem is you never know where you'll get naturally during the MSQ, right? And where you actually need to go off the road to get to all the ether currents. There's 10 of it, okay. I picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Did you have better luck inside the cave? I did. Maybe. It says raw Abokisha, so it probably is raw Abokisha. Yes, this is Abokisha. Along with Krya's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. Wait, I think she didn't have any? Or was it Hanuhanu talking? Whatever. The stones you've brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. I guess she was talking. He would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Ihihana. But when that big storm hit, he did not survive. Oh. It fell to me to carry on instead. Didn't seem like that bad of a storm. Wow. Or maybe it might have been a hurricane, actually, right? So I guess that makes sense. That was why you agreed to Wuklamat's request despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it, for myself and for my friend. For the ones that came before us, and the ones that trod after. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please, rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I am certain your companions are procuring the other materials as we speak, our companions. Everything will come together and the Hanu shall host a splendid uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Abokisha into Wook Ivu's waiting hands. I hope Wuklamat's foray was as productive as ours. We've come too far to stop now. The lifting of wings must go on. Just got back ourselves. Did you find the stone we needed? Yeah, kinda. Well, at least the material for it. Thanks to the third promise and her mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs of Uyoipo. What of the Apokisha? Yes, these are excellent samples. A goodly quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the results should be spectacular. Okay. Now to get to work crafting these pieces for the float, I could use an assistant versed in the arcane arts to enhance the Uyoipo's conductivity. Then I'd be delighted to help. Go for it, Cryle. Everyone else should head back to Hanuhanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. I wonder if they're asking for your help if you're a magic class. Magic job. Right now, like a Pictomancer, Summoner, etc. I'm excited to see how Ihihana turns out. Me too, me too. Gathering the Uyoipo was a trial in on itself. At first, Evo criticized everything I did, then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise and must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head into an Uyoipo tree. I told him not to worry about it, again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles and the new eye. Now we just have to wait for the feathers from the twins. Wuklamat settles down to rest before the festival gets underway. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there by the float, isn't that the third promise? And the rumors are true, she's trying to complete the feat of Freeds by reviving Ihihana. The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save her harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Hanuhanu altogether. Maybe we ask too much of our young claimants. I mean, he's probably gonna come back with some machinery or something. Or he deemed it dead and just left. I don't think so though, but yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick. I wouldn't be too quick to count Kona out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reed something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. Heh, that sounds like our Kona. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. I wonder though how Bakul Jaja is gonna get this stone by just letting our idea play out. I mean, how is he gonna get credit for that? It took some doing, but we managed to get the competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for Malms. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaron Wills twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Matching is not part of our training. As for us, we've brought the wooden gemstone replacement crafted by Wuk Evu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Wuklamat. Who is it? Our beloved Ihihana, the lifting of wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. Why not everybody? Aww. Huh? Me? Oh, come on, don't act surprised. Must we? Oh, no, I wouldn't have thought of that, no. This boat won't make me seasick, will it? It might, actually. I don't think so. Then weigh anchor! I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wuklamat. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kozama'uka. Towards Kozama'uka, where the sacred likeness of Kishaihi is ensconced. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Vuk-Evu has finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Vuk-Evu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the Stride of the Sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Okay, we can do that. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. At this point, I have to do it. Weapons at the ready. We'll make short work of this task. The degree to which Vuk-Evu pursues his interest is remarkable. Apparently, his studies of the Kozama'uka region were so invigorating that he decided to move here and immerse himself in the culture. If the float functions as I think it does, I would not be surprised if it were attracting the creatures. The concentration of ether would be an irresistible lure. As Hanuhanu said, Kozama'uka should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and the Stride of the Sun? Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've culled all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kishaihi. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No, I'm not gonna fight any Toucans. Two Calibri. Nice. Well, maybe there is gonna be a Toucan here, who knows. I'm so glad I don't need to Hoot on anymore. Wandering stink shell? Ugh. Dead. We are actually going to the east. Okay. Looking how the map unfolds here. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna do the whole map. We're just gonna be doing this thing and then going back and then coming back later, as usual, for these first two areas. Holy, you don't need to watch over me anymore. Oh, okay. Okay, easy peasy. Ha! That's one down. Ah, I'm at 3. Legolas. Hungry Ocelots. 2 of them. Phew. Almost 100k. You reached your destination. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Kishaihi, the Hanuhanu deity of the harvest. Obviously. Reminds me of something I saw in Academia and either. Unfortunately, it does not. I don't remember. I was half expecting a flying whale. That's a good one. A whale? Why a whale of all things? Anyway, It's said that the Kisha Ihi here was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tural by the first Hanuhanu. So it might actually have to do with the ancients. The Hanu migrated here from another continent, then mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. Well, obviously. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linuhanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I think the voiced one was the Elector, right? That was a she. Okay, never mind then. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. Just teleport. Meanwhile, in Okhanu, Makul Jaja's evil plan. See?
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you.
Are we gonna fight him? Are we gonna fight him?
Even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
Okay, that's a little radical.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry.
Bakul Jaja.
She's
Yes,
on her
please
way
hurry.
back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
So that's how he was trying to.
I could never have repaired the float alone.
Stealing our laurels.
Properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again. This is a priceless treasure. And as festival leader, I would die to protect it.
You shouldn't probably saying that to this person.
Very well, if that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, interesting. He has a staff in one hand and the sword in the other. Oh, we saw this in the launch trailer. He doesn't seem phased. It is funny how she's just
I put everything into that blow.
suspended in midair, though. Yeah, you're weak. We know that. Sorry. Well, he's strong.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us. But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Oh, that's a party if I've ever seen
Your
one.
brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Ah, Alice say with the
Your scorn is sweet.
slithering tongue.
Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn, or all together.
Ah, he seems to be actually like Xenos, right? Like when you fight Xenos at the beginning of Stormblood. Oh, I guess he also has his
Calm
companions.
yourself, chosen one. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre.
Yeah, you will be massacred.
What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success. Then it would be foolish to expand the effort, sweating nuts. Lucky for you.
Eh.
two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, third promise. You're not dying, are you?
What?
It'll take more than that to kill me.
What? He didn't even do anything, did he?
So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes. Smile.
Yes, we are.
I'm glad we kept the float out of Bakul Judge's clutches, but gods, he brushed me aside like I was a bothersome gnat. Given the nature of the Rite of Succession, I expect such altercations are inevitable. I'm thankful we made it back before anyone was seriously injured. He waited for us to leave so he could steal the float, a coward and a thief. If I've learned one thing in my life, it's that poor manners often betray poor character. Tense encounter. I'm thankful Alphino thought to share those link pearls. Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against the two-head, I may as well have not been there at all. Nonsense. You stood your ground and bought us the time we needed to make it back. You're incredibly brave. The lifting of wings. Nightwood silver piece. Okay. 500 gil. Great. Knowing the Hanuhanu, whoever wishes to spread word that the festival will soon be held. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Ohokali! See? I remember. No. It's compulsory at this point. With the chat mode in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words Ohokali to greet the Okano villages. I'm just gonna say Ohokali because that's the greeting, right? Why would we say any more? Ohokali. Ohokali. Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do? What to do? Ohokali. Festival is about to begin. Please take part. Festival is about to begin? What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. There's exactly 3 villagers we need to inform. Interesting, that's the whole village, I guess. Ohokali. Festival, come now. What? Float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Ihihana will soon be on the way. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let the loss deter us from it. I must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer care. Wow. The Hanu were pleased to hear the festival was going ahead, I imagine. Yep, they were. That is well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last. Lifting the wings and the moods, I guess.
So few have come.
Oh, it was actually only 3. Funny.
Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
I'm astonished at how good the hair look now, actually. I thought, like, you know, when I saw the hair the first time they showed us, you know, like the side-by-side comparison from the old graphics and the new graphics, I thought, like, oh yeah, that looks better, of course, but it's like, it's still, you know, it's not real hair, of course, but actually it looks really good. Except from the fact, of course, that they just, like, glued to stay the way they are right now, right, instead of floating in the wind or whatever. But they look really good. I'm kind of surprised, actually, a little. The game looks so good now. It's actually incredible.
Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, third promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Fly, little Vuklamat. Fly to the heavens. And don't puke.
Off we go.
One can barely see her in
Ihihana
there.
is a prayer for bountiful harvest, but this is not its only meaning.
What else
It is
is there?
also an
Good.
exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Okay. Makes sense.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let
And
your
future Dawn
shoulders
Servant,
burn,
probably,
or
maybe.
your
Who
feathers
knows?
fall out, but do not even think of dropping her!
And now cue the sound. Cue the coffin dance.
Ready and...
I can get used to this.
Oh, that would make me seasick for sure. How they are shaking it around. Oh my god, that's even worse than a ship on sea.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
How the heck are you carrying this with your arms above your heads and not just on your shoulders? Oh my god, this must be so extremely straining.
Well,
Exhausting.
well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again.
And she's not good. I'm just from looking, I'm getting seasick. Oh my god. Please stop the shaking. Oh my god, no.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozama'uka!
It's still only 4, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Whatever. Hey, it's 6 following now, yay. The bird is coming! Run for your lives! They could have done some new music for this, though, I guess.
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Ooh. And now they are being sacrificed to the glory of the primal of reeds. That is how it looks like.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
If that happens every year, how can they have forgotten that it is an arcane vessel? Come on, I mean, every year they must be like, oh, why does that happen? Oh, yeah, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the good harvest we have next year. No. Please.
Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Why did the people not know that? That makes no sense. I mean, come on, look at it. It's a bird shooting lasers from its eyes. To another bird. So what about Kona's solution then? Oh wow, that had an immediate effect. What the heck? Oh, that's how Reed is supposed to look. Ah, yeah. Okay, no. I do recognize that, I guess.
It worked.
Why are you surprised that your own solution worked?
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
Weren't you around for for another Harvest Festival already? The exact same must have happened back then as well, right? So why are you surprised? Well, I guess she wasn't looking at the reed fields then. Or maybe they weren't, like, wilted and everything, so... So you probably wouldn't make the connection then, I guess. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Told you, didn't I? Spectacular! Even deprived of their usual sustenance, the Hanu seemed invigorated the moment the festival began. Ihihana truly is magical. I wasn't sure what to expect, but the festival was admittedly impressive. With the fields rejuvenated, the Hanuhanu too might finally replenish their flagging reserves of ether. I'd like to take a turn riding the float. Oh, it looked like fun! Don't pretend the thought didn't cross your mind. I would never get on that thing. Nope, absolutely not. I was too quick to dismiss the idea that the float had arcane properties. I think I wanted to believe that no one knew more about Ihihana than me. As it turns out, there are many things I have yet to learn. Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sights of what you've accomplished. So we've proven worthy, right? Give us the gem, stone, thingy, shiny, bingy, bungy. And it was her idea, in the end. Wait, what's with those? Oh, that's how Kona can prove his worth, right?
Still look a bit sickly.
Yeah, so now Kona comes in with his solution and also gets credit.
Even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself.
Why not?
The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task.
I mean, they could have just, like, repaired everything and then still held the festival, right? So... what's to say it wouldn't have resolved itself?
That you recognize the nature of the float
You didn't.
found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication.
I mean, Alfino did, but not... I mean, she chose her advisors, I guess, right?
The festival produced such impressive results since I was a mere chirper.
It's just because, like, we are very etheric. Actually, no. We are very thin on ether. As specific people have told us multiple times.
We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Okay, so maybe they didn't
Kona!
do it the same way every year.
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I
cool
arrived at
Jaja.
a good time.
So what's he gonna do? Use some tonic, that's it? Some nitrate. Ta-da!
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Wonder where he did get that from. I mean, that must be like pure ether,
You just
right?
pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
I mean, it did take him the same amount of time that it took us. As it took us.
Fragment ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing
So many
water as
fancy
an
words.
ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Oh, there it goes! There we go! Oh, cue the pussy! Come on! Oh, it's on, baby!
Allies.
It's on!
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need.
Oh, they're not gonna show us
embrace
yet? Really?
knowledge
Come
and
on.
technology.
Eh?
Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Woklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
It's already over? Come on, we didn't even get to eat anything. We still haven't eaten the
It was
tacos.
so much fun.
Has she actually eaten anything since
Having
you
visited
arrived?
your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana.
So now the only question left is when and how and why does Graha come over here?
With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Yay! Now what about Bakuljaja? And the other one, Sarulja, I think, right? I mean, we might not be around when they actually get it right. Don't need to.
So this is what they look like.
Looks like Andy's sugar. Is that the right word?
Go on, set it in the tablet.
No, I want to lick it. It looks like... I want to taste it.
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
Pretty sure it's gonna be 7.
And on to the next.
Bye, Kona. Nice meeting you. Why did they keep the...
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
Why did they keep the involvement of the other
Sir
signs
Thomas,
hidden?
You must join us for Ihihana next season.
It's probably
As
gonna be a
Dawn
big
servant,
revelation
Of course.
when we get back to Tuliolal.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now.
Tuliolal.
Thank you
Need to
for
space it
having us.
out.
I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagent.
Okay.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
Why? I want to know your motivation. Because it feels like there's more behind it than just I want to be the ruler. Or maybe not, they're doing the evil villain love, but... I'm not saying that's anything good, I'm not saying it's something that's gonna redeem him fully, but I feel there's more behind him than just that. Kona seems a decent sort. He strikes me as a man who likes to keep others at a distance. Two-headed troubles aside, Wuklamat completed the feat and earned a keystone. That's all that matters. Curious as to who these Archons really... Come on, please. Whereas... okay, of course, we know because we know, right? Because it was shown to us. There's a lot of other Archons as well, I guess. So, and he was in Sharlayan, so okay, inside of the game. I would give Oriange a call and ask him, hey, are you in Tural perhaps? But yeah, there is, of course, it's not as obvious inside of the game, in the knowledge of the game, as it is for us, of course, who have seen that they were up to something and heading over to Tural. Where has Bakul Jaja gone, I wonder? And what did this fellow mean by their other prospect? Okay, that's very obvious though now. Come on. My journey has just started and already I've met so many wonderful people. Look Evu for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. And Hanuhanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Spaljavtier. It sounds wrong. I want them to pronounce it for me. Alright, and that's sadly for you. Sadly, this is where we're gonna finish this episode of Gilganos playing Dawntrail. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this is fun. Gonna be interested how the other village is gonna turn out and when they're gonna reveal the other science and what is their motivation to, you know, like work for Kona but not telling us, because sure, they're getting asked by Kona. I'm assuming they're like friends from the studium, right? So that makes sense that they help him and not Wuklamat. And I think he's a perfect candidate for the throne anyways, right? Even though he is missing the heart that Wuklamat has. So I really hope that in the end actually we get to see them both ruling together. And who knows, maybe Bakul Jaja will have some kind of redemption arc where he will be, you know, like considered as a spokesperson for the common people. Although I don't think it needs that, so he's probably just gonna be a villain, I guess. And I have no idea about Zarulja. I mean, obviously he wants to go to war, but is that all? I'm pretty sure he's gonna play another part somewhere down the road. And we still have to meet the enigmatic maiden, of course, so ooh. Gonna be fun to see where this goes. Don't forget to always GG, and I will see you next time. Bye.